All right, guys, so we haven't had caffeine in a long time, but Isaac said I had to try this. This is the Ghost, what is it, Warhead's sour green apple. So I normally don't have much caffeine. I'll probably drink about half of this just because my tolerance is like 0, and it is coming up on about 5 o'clock now. Yeah, let's give this a quick taste test. Ooh. Well, that is sour. Oh my gosh, that's so strong. Oh my god. That is, I mean, that's good. Don't get me wrong, the taste is there. But it reminds me of the other Warhead I had. I think it was like the, what is it, watermelon?
Sour watermelon.
Sour watermelon. Where I'm gonna like it for like the first half of the can, and the second half is gonna be like, I'm not gonna enjoy it as much because it's not rehydrating. I don't know, for me, I always think like when I take a drink of something, I wanna have that kind of like fresh taste, and this is gonna be like sour and kind of hit you pretty hard throughout the entire can, but so it's not gonna be too high. Sorry, Isaac. This is probably, let's go 7-1. 7-1 on the Ghost Sour Green Apple. Definitely, if you want to wake up, if you want to have a little punch to it, great energy drink. But also, we're here again at Dixie. We've got a full upper body workout. What we're probably gonna do here, the music's pretty loud in there. I want to give you guys like basically a explanation of kind of my workout, how I take you guys through things, how I program, form techniques, that kind of stuff. So what we'll probably do is film the workout, and I'll film a little voiceover for you guys, explaining each movement, why I chose it, little form techniques here and there, that kind of thing. But yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna down this guy, and then let's get to work out. Alrighty guys, so this is gonna be my first voiceover ever, so hopefully cut me some slack a little bit. But we're gonna start with some banded movements, as you saw, doing banded pull aparts, and I pretty much call these over and backs. You can do this with a band or with some sort of like light dowel rod. And then we do some arm circles, front, back, and also some twists, really just trying to warm up the upper body. I also typically do a 5 to 10 minute treadmill walk. Since it is so cold outside, I want my body to be nice and acclimated, warmed up before we get into some movements. I also highly recommend doing priming sets or warm-up sets. I typically do anywhere between 1 to 3 warm-up sets depending on the movement. As you can see here, we are starting off with a neutral grip row. As you can see, I also have my Versa grips on, which I highly recommend. I've said this once, I'll say it again, probably many times in the future. I highly recommend Versa grips as far as a piece of equipment. It takes your grip out of it so you can focus more on your back. As you can see here, I'm using the V-bar attachment, which allows myself to go into a neutral grip, really focus on the lats. As you can see here, I'm really trying to keep my upper torso calm and not moving it too much. Otherwise, you start to use momentum rather than your lats, which you want to focus on. As you can see, staring at Arnold doing his workout as I do mine. And the big thing here was really focused on a nice contraction, trying to get those elbows back, pulled nice and tight, close to our body, really focus on those lats. As you can see, I'm also going to go ahead and chalk up as well. So that's the first exercise. I like to start with the back movement to basically build a little bit of a stable press. And I'll go into my first chest movement. So I'll go back, chest, and then back. So here I'm doing an incline dumbbell press. As you saw, I have my wrist wraps on as well as some chalk. The big thing here, once again, work your way up. I didn't just go right to 95s. I think I did 40s, 65s, and then I believe I even did a set in 80, and then I went to 95s. And here you can see I'm really trying to keep my elbows and wrists stacked the whole time. Obviously, there's a little bit of movement as I start to struggle, honestly, as the weight got really heavy. As you can see there, quick kick up using the knees, get to a good pressing position, and then go ahead and start the movement. As you can see here, my elbows are at a good angle, right around, I would say, this is probably 45 degrees. I think anywhere between 30 to 60 degrees is okay, but you definitely don't want your angles flaring out too wide up at 90. As you can see there, definitely pushing through basically, I would say RPE, maybe 0 to 1. And then that kind of wraps up incline dumbbell press. Everything you saw here so far has been 3 sets of 6 to 10. Typically, I do try to stay at the higher end of the rep range. But next we move on to a vertical pulling movement. So we did a horizontal pulling movement earlier. Now we're going to go ahead and do a vertical pulling movement. We've got the lat pull down here. Isaac catching good clips. The pump covers are coming off. As you saw, we started out with a sweatshirt, a shirt, and now we're down to the beater. The big thing here is we want to pull with our elbows. Also, once again, we got the Versa grips out to minimize the resistance or the failure that would come from the grip, and really focus on pulling down. As you can see, I'm not swinging back too much, really trying to focus on pulling those elbows down in my back pockets and squeezing that lat and that back without using too much momentum. Obviously, once again, going to a very close point to failure, and then we're going to repeat that
at 3 sets of 8 to 10. And here, once again, the big thing here is symmetry. So we're not trying to have our right pull more than our left. As you can see, I try to mimic it. And when I set up, it's very crucial to make sure you have even spacing in your hands. So when you do go to execute the movement, your setup is proper, so your execution will be proper as well. And then you can see pretty much close to failure. That last set didn't quite get all the way down, so I'll definitely try to work on that for next week and get that weight up. And then here, we'll go back to another chest movement. So as you guys saw, we went back, chest, back, chest. Now we're going to go to a fly movement. This is a little bit of a unique piece. This is actually my first time using it, but essentially what it does, it kind of takes your elbows, basically it makes those the prime movers rather than at your wrists, like a typical fly machine would have it at your wrists or hands, where this becomes the elbow. It was an okay movement. I can't say I loved it, but it was definitely something I want to give a try at the new gym. The big thing here is making me have a full stretch at the bottom, nice contraction at the top, and it does kind of allow you to focus more on the contraction rather than having to focus on your wrist or your angle of your elbow in terms of a regular fly. So I did like this one quite a bit, but as you can see, still take it close to failure. I would say this is probably closer to maybe just 0 to 1 reps in reserve. And once again, as the movement starts to slow down, that's when you know it's hard and that's when you really start to push. But yeah, as a whole, definitely a good movement, but might not use that machine in the future. Just had to give it a try once. And then we move on to our shoulders. So from here, we're going to do shoulders and then we'll do triceps, then biceps. But yeah, on my upper body days, I typically like to do 1 to 2 chest movements, 2 back movements, shoulder, and then tricep, bicep. Here we have the machine lateral raise, one of my favorite exercises there are for the lateral delts. Here, the big thing is I'm really trying to focus on just raising my elbows, because the biggest thing there is your delts or your medial delts will only move, or they only kind of be working when your elbows move, not your wrists. So the big thing there is, once again, that pad is in a perfect position right above my elbow joint. So everything I do is right with the medial delt, and also machine allows me to focus on the delts itself and eliminate any sort of momentum that could be used. And the big thing there, once again, going to full contraction and making sure that you get the most out of the movement. Next, we'll go to probably a standard in anyone's exercise selection is going to be the rope tricep pushdown. The big thing here, as you can see, my elbows are trying to stay completely quiet and not move at all. There will be a little bit of movement as you go heavier with a little bit of momentum, but the goal here is to keep your shoulders and your elbows pretty much in the same spot, as a tricep is a shoulder extender. So the only way to work your tricep is by full extension. And then we'll go to the bicep. Basically, you can superset this on a cable machine. I think it's an easy bar curl attachment, but the big thing here, once again, keep those elbows nice and tight by your side, full extension, curl all the way up. Make sure that you're using not too much momentum and mostly focus on the bicep itself, as the bicep is an elbow flexor where the tricep is extender. So tricep extend, biceps contract. And then we'll go ahead and do some posing real quick. Right now, I'm kind of just freestyling it, but hitting the basic, the front lat spread. I guess that's the front relax, and this is the front lat spread. I'm honestly still learning the names of some of these poses and stuff like that, but I felt really good here. The Transparent Lab pump product running through my veins, feeling good. Nice little upper body pump. And that's another thing great about the upper body days is you get a pretty crazy pump because you're hitting your chest, your back, your shoulders, your biceps, and your triceps all in one. The big thing here is always take everything close to failure. We want to make sure that we're maximizing our gains, especially for me. I'm hitting my biceps only 3 exercises and about 9 sets per week. So I'm making sure to maximize that and really focus on quality over quantity, because my quality isn't good. I'm not going to increase my quantity. And here's more posing, front double bi. Really proud of this. I definitely want to get shredded and show the abs off a little bit more, but really proud with how the posings come. I've really honestly had no experience posing before, probably 3 or 4 months ago. And now I'm starting to learn the basics. Once again, front double bi, front relax. I believe this is the front lat spread. Hoping to be like C-bum one day, but a little bit more chunky at the moment. Then we'll hit the side poses. So basically what the thing I'm trying to do here is really press. Oh, yep, that's a calf cramp right there. Yeah, you can hear me say it. That's funny. So here is the side chest. We really want to basically push our knee. You can't really see it from here, but basically here we're trying to, once again, show off the chest, the shoulders. My rear delts are probably one of my strong points, so those kind of come out in my side profile. And then the side tricep. You can see I'm flexing my tricep, trying to squeeze my abs. Make sure we got a nice little contraction there, showing off those triceps. And we got the back. I really need to work on my back posing. As far as the legs and the bottom half of my back posing is not great. And then the symmetry on my back, you can see my left shoulder is a little bit higher than my right shoulder. So definitely trying to work on that, but without a posing room, it's a little hard to see yourself. So I'm kind of relying on Isaac. I think I even asked him like, hey, like, Am I symmetrical? Is this even? So definitely need to work my back posing more than anything. But I'm really proud of the back growth I've had over the last year or so. So definitely hoping to dial that in and be able to show that off. And then, yeah, the biggest thing is my lower legs or my lower back posing. And we're going to freestyle a little bit, just have some fun with it. Hit a, I don't even know what this is called, but just like a back pose, bent over, whatever it is. And then, yeah, the other thing, posing takes it out of you. It is exhausting, I swear. I don't know what about it, but I might need to work on my actual kind of breathing techniques. And then I'm just literally flexing the mirror, doing some most muscular physiques, that kind of thing. And I know some of you guys don't love the posing, so I always try to put it at the end of the video. So if you like the content earlier in the video and you see me start to pose at the end, you can skip through that. Once again, as a bodybuilder, it's something I want to work on, something I want to share with you guys, but I completely get it if you don't want to see me with my shirt off posing. Just go ahead and skip that last little bit at the end. I typically try to put it at the end of the videos to keep you guys, yeah, basically if you want to see me at the end, go ahead. If not, you can click off. But yeah, that's a voiceover. Peace.
All right, guys, that's a wrap on the upper body workout. I haven't done a voiceover before, so hopefully it turns out well. Haven't filmed the actual voiceover part, but we'll definitely put something cool together. But yeah, I think this might be a new second home along with Crunch, this gym down here at Dixie's. Yeah, it just feels home. It feels right. So definitely be getting more content in here, getting back in here with Larry on Sunday. And yeah, just excited for a new chapter in terms of gym, have this gym for prep, pretty close to home, that kind of thing. So yeah, without further ado, I'll end the video here. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. See you guys next time. Peace.